Move to this story. It's dominated headlines all week, and that is the issue of the parole that was granted last week by the Constitutional Court for Chris Hani's killer, Janusz Walus. They ordered that the Justice Minister must release him within 10 days. Well, today is the 10th day. But we have just heard a little earlier this afternoon that the Justice Department will not be releasing him on parole until he has healed from the stabbing that happened in prison earlier this week. Let's speak now to our reporter Heidi Giokos, who is outside Hosimampuru prison in Tshwane this evening. Heidi, what can you tell us about the very latest facts and information coming through to you around this issue of parole?
Yes, so I think what's important to highlight, Sally, is the fact that today was basically D-Day. Today was day number 10 after that Constitutional Court ruling that the killer of Chris Hani, Janusz Walus, should be released on parole. So today was the deadline that he should be released. However, we had not received much word or indication from the Department of Justice after the Department of Correctional Service said all inquiries should be diverted to the Department of Justice. We hadn't heard from the Department of Justice Minister Ronald Lamola just until about an hour or so ago, where a short statement was released indicating that the State Attorney, together with Janusz Walus's attorney, have come to an agreement that only when he is in a better condition he will be released. And why should he be in a better condition? We do understand that on Tuesday he was stabbed. We do know that he has been in a stable condition. It was nothing too critical, according to the Department of Correctional Services, and he is being taken care of by a Department of Correctional Service health facility. We are not entirely sure whether or not he is in South Africa, but maybe I can move out of shot and ask my colleague Mokomotsi to just show you everything is functioning as normal here. There isn't much going on, and we don't really see anything unusual or any unusual vehicles in the area. So, Sally, at this stage, I really wish I could get into that prison, but it doesn't seem as though that's going to happen, and we aren't getting any other indication about any details except the fact that they will wait until Janusz Walus perhaps is in a better health condition after that stabbing took place on Tuesday.
Well, Heidi, it's not often you hear someone saying they want to break into prison, but we're all about television firsts here. Heidi, I suppose, you know, and this is speculative, so you and I are just going to speculate on this. But based on what you're saying and what you've been able to glean, is there any responsibility, any need to publicise exactly when Janusz Walus is released? I mean, is it feasible that he could be secretly released, say at midnight tonight, just to avoid a lot of the drama, anger, protest that we've seen, and also to guarantee his safety while he's on parole?
Yes, I don't really think it's speculation at this stage, Sally. I think that that could possibly be a high probability of it happening that way. And the reason for this is because there has been much anger around the decision by the highest courts in the land, the Constitutional Court, to release him on parole. You have seen, for example, the SACP, the ANC, even the widow of Chris Hani, Dimpo Hani, indicating that this is a complete insult, and they find it as an injustice, given the fact that he was, of course, convicted and he is the killer of Chris Hani. So it seems as though there might be a decision, or there might be a movement around the fact that when he is released on parole, it's going to be a very secret move to get him out of this prison because of the possibility of the backlash, especially because we don't really understand or know the details around the stabbing that took place on Tuesday. What caused the stabbing? Was it just a random fight that happened? Or is it linked to the fact that the Constitutional Court ruled that he should be released on parole? There's a lot of anger around this, and understandably so. So the possibility of him being released without us really knowing those details is very high at this stage.
Heidi, thank you so much for giving us that update. That's our reporter Heidi Giokos. She's outside Jose Mampuru prison this evening.